The Rockford IceHogs and Cleveland Monsters wrap up their two-game opening weekend series here this afternoon out of Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. Early start time for both clubs, and certainly for the IceHogs looking to build off of the season opener last night in the same building, and obviously use these two games to take home with them before opening weekend at BMO Harris Bank Center this upcoming weekend against Texas as well as against the Hershey Bears. And as we've talked about over the last several weeks, this IceHogs roster has plenty of depth to it, and a lot of it thanks to a lot of familiar faces. Returning ones, Matthew Highmore, Anthony Lewis, Tyler Sakura, the list goes on and on, but also at the goaltending department. That last line of defense is key for head coach Jeremy Colleton, so seeing a returning face in netminder Collin Delia was a welcome sign for Rockford when he was reassigned by the Chicago Blackhawks. And Delia, like many of this IceHogs groups, coming off a great rookie season last year, and now he's looking to build off of his experiences last season and camp with the Blackhawks to steamroll into this season's opening weekend.
Obviously, I think you want to play at the highest level possible. I mean, that was my goal, after last season and throughout the summer. I was kind of sat down myself, just writing out a few things and just push for a spot, make them make a tough decision. And that's what it was. It was a tough decision. So I did my job and happy to start the season here, Rockford, and get some experience again and learn and maybe take on a bigger role this year, compete for a championship.
Is it easy to flip that switch from the NHL scratching for that roster spot to coming back down here with a little different mindset, a little different team?
Yeah, I don't know if it's hard to flip the switch per se, but it's just a different. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, the pace is a little different, So the pace is so fast up there, but the thing is, there's good players down here too, So you just have to. You get a couple days to acclimate, and then you're right back into it.
How beneficial was training camp up there for you? What all did you get out of that?
I mean, just to play with, those high caliber guys, the Johnny Tays, Patty Kanes, Corey Crawford. Just to pick his brain, and even Cam Ward. He's an amazing guy. Just to be in their presence and kind of see where they are and how they got to where they are. It's pretty inspiring. From my end. I'm just starting my career, and those guys are 10 years in. You're kind of on the polar ends of the career, and I think it was really beneficial for me to just pick their brain as much as possible.
The tear you were on in the playoffs last year when you ripped off 7 wins in a row or whatever it was, how much of a confidence boost was that for you? And kind of describe the difference between now and a year ago when you came here and you were just trying to establish yourself. But that run you went on, how big of a confidence boost was that for you?
Well, I think it's all about getting in a good rhythm. I had a stretch there. I was able to play a good chunk of games, and that really helped me kind of define my game. It was tough going up and down, at the beginning of the year. That's definitely tough mentally. You don't really know where you fit in, but it's a huge point of validation for myself, especially because I haven't played that much in the playoffs, through my career, college and, junior hockey. So it was huge. It was everything. And I was really happy that we went as far as we did, and kind of made me pissed off, quite honestly, that we didn't go all the way and obviously compete for a championship, and we were that close. So now it kind of lights a fire, under myself and everybody else in the organization to get back. Anything less than that, I think we'd be disappointed with.
When you write down your goals or think about your goals for this year, now that you're here, is it a 1A and 1B of getting a championship or doing what needs to be done at this level and getting back up to that NHL level?
Yeah, I think we talked about it. Jeremy talks about it all the time. It's that team success is going to be personal success. So, if you're contributing, to the team goal, of winning a championship, I think, rising tides raise all ships. So it's going to reciprocate, to the players as well. They're going to get better. So I think that's definitely a goal of mine. Yeah, it is definitely a 1A and 1B situation, though, like you said.
How talented is this group?
Sure.
Most of the guys, you're familiar with most of the guys here. To me, it looks like this roster is pretty stacked. What are your thoughts on this group you're going to start the year with here?
Yeah, it's a strong group. Definitely a lot of young talent. Not very many veterans. We have a few, and Brody and Campbell. And I think we're really going to lean on the second-year guys, to do a lot of the workload. But it's great to see the young talent coming up through the organization, and I think we're going to be our biggest enemy, quite honestly, this year. Like, sky's the limit, quite honestly. And I think as long as we kind of stay even keel, we're not getting too emotional, out there, which is pretty hard with a lot of younger guys, I think we're going to do well.
Collin Delia and the Rockford IceHogs looking to take down the Cleveland Monsters here this afternoon at Quicken Loans Arena. Of course, puck drop just moments away here on this little matinee session of AHL hockey for the IceHogs, and then they'll head back home to get ready for opening weekend at BMO Harris Bank Center on Saturday and Sunday against the Texas Stars and the Hershey Bears. You can find out more information on the promo schedule and grab your tickets over at icehogs.com. But puck drop for this matchup just moments away here on IceHogs Warm-Up.